to see how moisturizing this is as you wear it, or does it really make you feel dried out? I cannot just get out back and forth like this now. This has got to stop. This is what's going to happen here. Mommy is busy talking to, oh my gosh, you've got so many balls back there. You've got to go down the hall, and Mommy's going to shut the door. And I'm so sorry for not playing. Oh, y'all, her face looks so broken-hearted. It's sad. She looked at me like, because I shut the door right in her face and she had a ball in her mouth. Okay, so let's look at this. Here's the product. I want candy. Let's open it up. This may be a two-parter because you know that's how I roll. Okay. I have seen the product before. Y'all probably have too. It's in a metal tin. So it looks like you're fixing to get some candy. And that is the only reason. It's very cute. And it says 2017, which would imply she may come out with another year. And there's like the little sticker that closes it is a candy. It looks like Candy Johnson. She's adorable. I love her. So I'm going to fix that so that it stays that way. So the only thing I can think of why in the world they did not put a mirror on this, very disappointed in that for a $45 palette, is because they wanted it to look like a candy box. See the little wrapper? I don't want to push down on that. I learned that one time, then I got my fingernail right in the... Okay, so here's what it looks like. It does not smell like candy at all. That's so unusual for Too Faced. They usually make it smell like whatever, like something sweet. But I do not smell anything sweet. Now, this is hard to get it to show up on camera because it's gold, so metallic gold, so it is reflecting. There's an angle. Does that help? Okay. And it has a little thing on the bottom, sort of like when you get a box of candy. I don't know if you can see this, where it's all the different shapes, and it tells you what kind of candy it is. Have you ever gotten candy? That's what it does. I'm going to go with these cooler colors right here. I'm going to go for Frosted Pink, Hot Chocolate, and Ice Cream. All cute little names. I may use a little Raspberry Cocoa too, right up here, this color. Just because the makeup colors I'm wearing today. So, let's get to it. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? An E55 shader to put on my highlighter. And again, Ice Cream is a white base highlighter. I want so bad for this to be, have a mirror, but it doesn't. So anyway, let's see. Yes, it's very white. Too Faced typically has pretty good pigmentation. They always have a lot of fallout, but that's not unusual really for anybody, especially since I'm like ragging my brush through it. I did not put on any shadow insurance. What if it's too late? I do have some Too Faced shadow insurance. Little sample size that I think I got in one of the kits we had before. And I won't be able to get my brow bone right now, but at least I'll be able to get this in the crease. And ew. Yeah, it must be older. I've noticed that Too Faced separates. You can't really separate, what am I trying to say? You can't really, shake it because it's a tube. Because someone told me they just shook it real good before they used it. I'm like, it's a tube. How do you shake a tube? I'm confused. I was listening, y'all. I didn't see how that could be possible. Okay, so I'm going to put this on again. I'm going to put it on and just literally wipe over. And then kind of pack it in. And now I'm going to take the... Oh, actually, I'm not going to use any more of that. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a E50 large fluffy brush from Sigma. Excuse me. And actually, I think I am going to use that Raspberry Cocoa. It's going to look very pinkish today. Maybe even a little overdone. I don't know. Oh, it's kind of dark. But it's still a good transition color. Very good transition color. And I'm just going to come down on the lid a little. There we go. It's a nice transition color. It's a little dark. But you know, I'm doing a cool look and I was expecting a warm look. So I don't know why I would have expected that. area right here on the outer side always it's a little harder on me to get it to take color. And all I can think is somehow the skin changed because of that scar. Look at the difference, how much more this took than that took. Or that's what it looks like to me. I never know what it looks like on camera until afterward. And then I always feel like I was wrong. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to use... I was going to use hot chocolate. But now I'm kind of feeling like I want to take my finger and use sugar plum. Oops. That's very silvery. I thought it was going to be more purpley. But look. Oh well, I'm putting it on my lid, so it's not the end of the world. That, you know, sort of, but I would have gone ahead and used a flat shader had I known. Which it's not too late to switch to. Where's my flat shader? This is an E60, and it is a large flat shader. It's called a large shader, but I call it flat because that's what I like about it, is that it's super duper flat. And so it's very easy to get the whole lid with it and really pack on color. And I'm just going to blend that up a little bit. This does seem to pick up color better, especially if you wet it, and it makes a huge difference if you do. Blend that back a little and up a little into the crease. Just making sure I've got it very nicely packed on there. Yeah. It's very nice. It's a little bit fun, And I'm going to take a pencil brush, which is an E30, and go into this color right here, which is Pink Frost. It's called Frosted Pink. I'm amazing. I should be naming these things. And I'm just going to go right in the inner corner and out a hair. Oops, I almost went back into the sugar plum. Right there. Just a little out to kind of blend it. There. Now I'm going to use my dark pencil brush, and I'm going to go ahead and use that hot chocolate. Because you have to have something warm. And I'm going to come right under the lash line with that, and kind of a messy job. I want it to go down a little. See how it just drooped down? I want it to do that. Because I'll blend it out and then it'll almost not be anything. And then I'll go on top of it right on the lash line with a darker color. That also might be a very good, brow color for me. And then I'm going to do a little bit of that in the outer V. I could use black, but that would be a very dramatic look. And I'm not really going for that. I bring just one line of that in just to make sure it looks like it blends. And just made a little outer V with that. Y'all, I really like this palette a lot. I think I'm going to end up doing a giveaway with it. Not mine, because I like it too much. But I want to check out palettes before I give them to you, because I don't want to give you a bad palette. Not that there is such a thing, really. Makeup isn't bad, ever. Bad makeup. But just, you know, some have worse fallout, or some have a worse something. And also, there's just something about Kandee Johnson that I want to support. I love her. I think she's cool. Now, let's see. What should I do for my dark color? I actually think I am going to use some of that black. And I did wet it with my spit, but I'm not afraid of my spit. It's in my mouth. It's okay. And I'm not going to be sharing this palette with anybody. I don't share my palettes, y'all. I don't really think you should either. If somebody says they really like something, tell them, if you really like that, I would love to get you one. And if they say, no, then go get it and just be secret. Don't tell them it was you. They'll know it was you because you said you'd get it. But, you know, it's just like when somebody does a good deed, and the Bible does say when you do a good deed, don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. And that's where God was dealing with the fact of the Pharisees, you know, trying to look like they were so pious and so above everyone else. And but I don't think, and also it's showing that you trust God, that He sees the good deeds and that you want the reward from Him more than anyone else. That's what that's talking about. But at the same time, I do think it's good to share your good deeds as long as you know in your heart, and you and God have to know this, that the reason you're sharing the deed is to spawn other people to do good deeds. And I think that's okay. Now, I don't know, maybe God doesn't agree with me on that. I'll have to look that up. I don't have to look that up. I know that he does agree with that. I know the heart of God. I just want to go find the scriptures because I don't want to ever give my own opinion. I only want to give the Lord's opinion as I understand it from His Word. And I do know there are scriptures that back up the fact that you should do things to encourage other people to do things. You know, when it talks about that if someone asks you to walk a mile, walk that second mile with them. That's to show them, not because of you. That's to show them that you were willing to do that. Not because they expect something from you, but because you want to go above and beyond what they expect. I know at Chick-fil-A, where I work, that is an expectation to go the second mile. We even call it second mile service. Like, it's a basic number one thing. And we always talk about getting number one right. First mile service right. You know, making sure the orders are correct, making sure that you, it was fast, it was priced right, blah, blah, blah. That's a given part of service. That's first mile service. Second mile service is when you look a person in the eye and you care about how their day's going. And if you see a mom and she's got all these kids, you carry her trays and all that food to the table for her. Or if you see an elderly person, you offer to take it out to the car for them. Or whatever. Or if somebody acts like a true jerk to you, which is what the second mile actually was going on, because it was a shoulder, I think. Then you, I'm not sure about that. I remember I was slightly painting. That you even do that for people who are being a jerk to